Welcome to Midlife Mojo. I'm Sharlene Stiles. This is a softer place for women who've been pushing through for far too long, where we untangle the deeper patterns beneath how you feel and why. I'm glad you're here. Today I've been thinking about how many women tell me some version of, I'm really good with food all day, and then night comes and I want, and then insert product of choice here, or some people they want everything or they're ravenous. And honestly, I don't think we talk often enough about why this actually happens. Because it's not really a lack of discipline nearly as often as people think that it is. I think a lot of women are just really, truly, deeply depleted. Like, if you think about the average day for many women, it can look something like getting up, being on the run, perhaps eating on the run or undernourished, or maybe even skipping breakfast entirely and having coffee instead. So there's some active rushing, there's probably some stress, there's, trying to take care of all the things, answering the messages, constantly thinking or making decisions, taking care of everyone else's needs, holding it all together, making things happen, being productive, and staying just on top of life. And probably wearing heels and looking amazing on top of that. And with that, there's almost this low-grade bracing happening in the body all day long. And I honestly think many women are functioning on adrenaline more than they even realize, which is interesting and super connected because adrenaline can temporarily suppress appetite and keep people going. Until nighttime, that is. And this is when things can finally quiet down for a minute. Suddenly the body gets a chance to just go, whew, wow, we are really exhausted over here. And this is where the cravings come in loud and clear. And honestly, that makes complete sense to me from a physiological perspective because the body is always trying to regulate its state somehow. If someone's blood sugar has been unstable all day, or if cortisol levels and stress hormones have been elevated, or if they've been overriding hunger or their own emotions or mood or exhaustion and stress signals for the last 12 hours straight or more, the body is naturally going to start looking for quick energy and quick relief. And I think this is why nighttime eating feels so emotional for so many women, because it's not just about the food. It's often looking for relief. Sometimes it's about comfort, or it can just feel grounding, or sometimes it's stimulating. And often it's the first pleasurable moment of the day. And sometimes I honestly think food becomes the only time some women actually stop, which is kind of heartbreaking if you really think about it. And then the shame can roll in, where people think, I have no willpower, I keep sabotaging myself even though I want, to do something different or have these health goals. Like, why can't I just get it together? And meanwhile, I'm over here on the outside looking in thinking, maybe your body has just been trying to survive the pace that you've normalized. And that is a very different conversation. And obviously, sometimes cravings are nutritional. Sometimes the body generally needs more nourishment, like more protein or more stable blood sugar or more minerals, more actual food earlier in the day. But I also think a lot of women are undernourished in ways that have nothing to do with calories. They can be undernourished in rest, in pleasure, or with stillness, or support, or even connection. And when we're just constantly outputting all day, eventually the body starts asking for compensation somehow. So I honestly think cravings make way more sense when we stop seeing them as weaknesses and we start seeing them as information. So when we look at symptoms of the body, of how the body is trying to communicate with ourselves, this is just nothing more than a symptom, are these cravings. And I think that's a much more compassionate and useful place to begin from. So just something to think about today. I'm sending your nervous system a big, warm, squishy hug. If today's conversation resonated with you and you'd like to experience this work rather than just think about it, I've created a free guided practice called a gentle nervous system reset. It's about 13 minutes long, and it's designed to help your body shift out of doing mode and into a place of greater calm and safety. You can access it anytime at charlenestyles.ca/reset. Thanks for spending a little time with me today. I hope this gave you something to reflect on, or maybe helped you feel a little more seen in something that you've been quietly carrying. And if these nervous system love notes support you in some way, feel free to subscribe here on Substack so you don't miss any future episodes. Until next time, take good care of your nervous system, your body, and your heart.